Kevin Durant more than KD needs them. That's according to a recent column on Bleacher Report. KD could become a free agent at the end of the year, and speculation is he will leave Golden State for the Knicks this summer. Durant got salty with the media when the subject was brought up last week. He's won 2 NBA titles and was named Finals MVP twice with the Warriors. But the article says the only way for him to cement his legacy is to win a title on his own. So, Rob, let's start with you.
Did you say KD was salty? I think Planners is on the phone for me.
Oh, he's pretty good with these one-liners. Do you think Broussard is not impressed?
Don't give away my stuff on TV.
At least twice a week I hear that on the radio.
What do you think? Does KD need to do this to cement his legacy?
I think he does. Deep down, Kevin Durant knows, as great of a career as he's had, the 2 championships over LeBron, right, and all of the other stuff, he knows people will never give him full credit because he joined the Warriors, who had already won a championship without him, had already won 73 games without him. So in order for you, and we saw Clyde Frazier, right, but he talked about an asterisk. I don't believe in that, but he brought up his
asterisk.
Right, but here's one of these all-time great players saying, well, he went to that team. How could he not win? They had already won a championship. And it doesn't take away his ability on how good he is. But you're right. There are a lot of people who just won't give him that full endorsement because they know he had a loaded deck or stacked deck. You go to the Knicks and you go and bring another player and what they have, there's some pieces, and you make a run or win a championship or get to the finals, then people would look at you and go, wait a minute, KD led this team. The Knicks haven't won a championship. The last time was 1973. Greg, sports writers were using typewriters when the Knicks won a championship, not laptops. That's how long ago it was. But if he was able to go and do that, you would have to give him his due and say not only did he get to the championship with Russell Westbrook and OKC, they got there and lost to LeBron. He went to Golden State, and if they win again this year, which we expect, he won 3 in a row, right? And say he wins the Finals MVP for a 3rd year in a row, right. You would go, he did that. Then he took his career, went to New York, a perennial championship for the first time in 50 years. He would be validated. His ticket would be punched. People would say, this dude is one of the greatest players who ever played.
Well, I think they're going to say that anyway.
Yeah. Well, but I think that
part. But I don't disagree with what you're saying, but he's all-time great regardless.
No, he is, but it would
raise him up a level.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he has to do this, and I personally think he needs to do it for himself. I think this has more to do with Kevin Durant and how he feels and views himself because of how everybody else is viewing him. When he was in OKC and he was unable to get over that hump of Golden State and he joined the Golden State Warriors, there was pressure on him even then because they had won to make sure that they won again. Not as much pressure as it would be if he goes to the Knicks and goes on his own. And I personally don't believe he has to win the championship. Just make them relevant every year in New York. I don't think he has to win a championship. If you make the New York Knicks relevant,
which they haven't been.
The last time they were even in the postseason was 2013. And so if you make them a constant show in the playoffs and then potentially it works out and you win a championship, that's icing on the cake. I don't think he has to do something like this to stamp his legacy. His legacy is already stamped and engraved. He's a great player. Everybody respects that. But what they don't respect is how he did it and how he did it and where he had to do it and who he did it with. If he continues to stay in Golden State, that's fine too. But I think for him, he needs to do this for himself because LeBron James, he went and he teamed up with Miami and D-Wade and Chris Bosh, and he won. But what he did was went back to Cleveland.
Cleveland was the one that capped.
That's the
one that
he went back to
bigger.
That's the
than
one
the
that
two
made
in Miami.
And when you think about Kevin Durant, everything.
No, I mean
that's what he said.
Everything that Kevin Durant shows us is that I got to one up LeBron.
And he cares about the court of public
I got to
opinion.
one up LeBron.
Yeah, selfishly, I hope he goes to New York with Kyrie this summer.
You just crushed all the people in Boston.
I know. I'm sorry, Boston fans. They'll still be good, right? They showed that last year. They think they don't need Kyrie. You think they don't need Kyrie, right?
I didn't say they don't need him. I said they are still good without him.
Selfishly, I would like to see KD and Kyrie go to New York and make the Knicks a contender.
That would be special.
Best for his legacy, I think, is this. Now, I don't know, is the tension in Golden State, or they just going to be doing enough to get through it this year, win this third ring, and then maybe KD's out. I get it if that's the situation. But looking from the outside in, I would like to see him, assuming they win it this year, stay in Golden State one more year. Open up the new arena in San Francisco. Right. Go for your fourth straight championship. Because all the players KD's compared to, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tim Duncan, none of them won 4 straight. Nobody outside of Bill Russell, as far as legendary individual players, has won 4 straight rings. He is competitive, to your point, with LeBron. He thinks he's better than LeBron, and I like that in KD. He wants everybody else to know and think he's better than LeBron. That is a feather in your cap, because LeBron had 4 years in Miami with a stacked team, and they only won 2. If he could say, I went to Golden State. If it wasn't for Ray Allen, it
would have been 1.
Right. If I went to Golden State and we won 4 straight, yeah, it was stacked. I get it, and even more stacked than Miami.
Come on now.
No, I get it. But still, we won our 4 straight, and maybe he would be the finalist.
But you don't always.
And then after that, you leave and go to New York. Now,
but it might be a timing thing, right?
I agree. The timing thing might work
because Kyrie is available.
Yeah.
He would want to know you're coming for sure.
I would even say, look, and I know it'd be tampering, but look, there's tampering all over the place in the NBA. If I'm KD and he wanted to do this,
you're just saying
even if you're going to go to if he says, you know what, Chris, that's a good idea, I'm going to do that.
He might
tell New York. Tell Kyrie, look, I am coming in 2020. I just want to win 4 straight. I will be there. Save me the cap room. Kyrie, let's do it in 2020 or whatever. Or AD, whoever his second guy is. But I think KD should do that. Now, the one area I disagree with you guys on is New York. And you know, Rob, you work. No,
worked in New York.
I don't want to hear this. Just make them relevant.
No, I'm with you.
I don't want to hear this. Just get them to the finals. You got to win a championship.
I don't
He made OKC relevant. We know KD can get you there. We know he can get you right on the cusp. Can he carry that team to a championship? And Patrick Ewing does not get as much love as he should.
And he was a great player.
He didn't
Very
lead them
true.
to a championship.
Very
Melo let him. Melo had some, that one year he was in the MVP
but they didn't
race
get to the final.
and went to the second round. Yeah. So I just think that would be the charge.
No, and you know what? Your point is well taken, because it is about a championship, especially for an organization that hasn't had one for such a long time. So that wouldn't be a championship is what it's all about. It's just like I said earlier about Magic and LeBron here in L.A.
Right.
You can say all you want. People here expect to win a championship.
I love how you guys think it's so easy to win a championship. He's going to get 4 in a row this year, next year. It's a lot.
And talking about championships and your point of staying in Golden State for the 4 straight. I don't know KD. I don't have a relationship with Kevin Durant. But it appears that some of him would say, you know what? I'm not going to allow them. I'm going to leave to see. They need me. How much they really need me? Can they win without me?
So he leaves and then they don't win the 4th in a row.
There may be that. You're right.
That's a good point, Greg.
Jamie, you bring up a good point, because we're treating the East like it was last year or the previous 15.
No, it's
whatever.
tougher now.
Like if KD,
there's no we. You guys are the ones that said championship. I'm saying relevant.
Okay.
That's why
All
I said relevant, because the East is a they have
point
contenders.
taken. Because if their dream scenario and they get Kyrie and KD or AD and KD and they got Dennis Smith as a point guard, whatever, there's still no guarantee, because now Milwaukee's still there. Philadelphia is there. Boston, I think, will still be good. You know, Indiana's getting better. Like, the East is coming up. So you're right. Like,
but if you want to be on that greatness level,
it's got to be a challenge.
It's got to be a championship, and that's what he would want to do. And that's what I was saying about not that his career is not validated, but for a lot of people to just say, let go of the Warrior thing and say he just joined a super team. And I'm not really like, of course he should have won. They got all the talent. Like, look at this year.
That's going to
They have 5 All-Stars. You know, people expect them to win. If you don't win, it's a big story, not whether you win or not.
And I don't know if they can keep up like that Golden State team. I mean, another season next. Like, I say go for 4, assuming they win this one. That's going to – the mental load of doing that.
And all those extra games add up to another season or so.
That's why it hasn't been done before, because it's just such – after you've won – Jordan had to take a break. Like, we won 3 straight. I need a break. I'm going playing baseball. You know, so, yeah, it'd be tough to win 4 straight.
All right, guys. We're going to keep the NBA talk going with James Harden, who's now scored 30 points in 30 straight games. Does that mean he's surpassed LeBron as the best player in the world?
We already know what you're going to say.